Hello everyone. Hi. Well, I hope that this video finds you all doing well. It's been a while since I've made a video or attempted to even make one. I've had some coughing issues. It was a lot worse. It's really better now. I didn't have a voice for like 2 months or 3. And it's just now really coming back. So at times it may veer off. No promises. I'll do my best though. I thought that I would pop in and try this after 3 or 4 good months of not being on here or attempting to be. It's, I don't know, a little different, but I'll get used to it. So I already feel like I should just start this whole thing over. Well, so we've had snow. See, it started Tuesday evening, went into Tuesday night, early Tuesday morning, or Wednesday morning, and then school was called off for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 2 of those days was to be virtual learning. But when it turned out that the weather wasn't cooperating and the snow hadn't melted, they decided that there should be a day 3. So, into Friday we go with the kids doing virtual learning. So it's been a transition for everyone. Originally it was to just be the 2 days, and it was all planned out and ready to go, focusing on the skills that the children were currently covering in the classes. It went well. It went better than I thought it would go. Really, it did. So come Friday, when they said there was going to be a 3rd day of it, it was easy peasy. It was a breeze. So Friday, they decided that since everyone had done that well at getting the children online for virtual learning days, that they should take some testing online and brush up and better their reading skills and such. So we did that, got through it, learned how to use what is called a quick card. It's, I didn't grow up in the cell phone generation. I didn't. And the videos and the YouTube and TikTok and all that. So when I did start playing around on the internet, I was in my early 20s, and things were very different than they are today. At that time, they would take your videos down if you cussed, if you accidentally said a cuss word and, you didn't catch it or whatever, you put it in on purpose, your video was gone. And, but there wasn't all this other stuff. So today you can cuss, but regular everyday words have to be changed to other words. And it's a lot like trying to figure out the Common Core, that they start on these kids in kindergarten and all that. Yeah. I try to remember what it was I was doing in school at my granddaughter's age, and it's nothing like what she's doing. What they're doing. When I was in school, they would always use the Chinese kids, and I think, was it Japan maybe, as examples, of smart kids. And I remember them saying, when a child couldn't be present in a certain country, one of the parents would show up and sit in for that kid and take down notes of all the lessons, everything that they needed to know. So their kid would still be just as smart. And they used that to, poke at us. Some of the teachers did, yes. So we would feel like, we needed to be as smart as China children and Japan children. But today's children, American children, our own American children and grandchildren, I feel like they really are more intelligent than we are. I'm in my 40s, and the things they have to know at the ages they are now, 6, 7, 8, we didn't know. We didn't even know were possibilities. And it's amazing, and it's terrifying at the same time. So yeah. But yeah, 7-year-olds with their own emails, using them for schoolwork, and it's just wild, So, other than that, this month has flew by. Still recovering from sinuses and stuff. So tonight is Saturday night, and there's one more day between us and paying another electric bill that will be through the roof. I don't know how it is where you live at, but where we're at, it's a widespread problem. Just having enough to keep your electric going. It doesn't matter if it's cold. Unless it's like 15 degrees outside, they're cutting your electric if you can't pay top-notch dollar, which is what it is now. You can be looking at $40, $50 easy just from 2 days, a 2-day weekend, when it's as cold outside as it is here right now during the winter. It wasn't this bad last year. I can't ever remember it being like it is today, nowadays. It's an ongoing, continued worry. I don't know how anyone else is doing it. I know it's a struggle for us. Sometimes it's a daily struggle. I wouldn't want to say it's worse than addiction, but you know what? Some of the same concepts are involved. Electricity is something I dearly feel like I need and want in my life. And I really don't want to go without it. I like being warm and not freezing to death. You can die from getting too cold, just as you can die from getting too hot. Or you can die from taking too much of something or drinking too much of something. And, these are perilous times, I'm telling you, that we are living in. Electricity's higher than drugs. I don't know how people can afford to have a drug problem myself and pay for electricity. Well, they're probably living with other people, which there's a lot of people that are in situations they're having to live with other people right now just because it is taking so much to survive. Food, electricity, all that stuff. And it gets stressful. It gets very stressful. I mean, you know the struggle. I'm sure I'm not in this boat alone. So there used to be, every winter, if you were under a certain income amount, you could rest easy in knowing that there was some funding available that was especially set aside just to help people not freeze to death during the winter. Well, this year, that too changed. It sure did. I went and signed up, and I was met with the surprise that Biden, upon one of his last acts of before leaving the White House and getting the vote, was to cut the funding for the heat assistance. And I'm not saying that to get a debate started. I don't want to debate it. I just know what happened. And that is what took place. So this year you've got elderly, you've got people with kids, if they're over the age of, was it 5 or 6? 5 and 6. They're not, unless someone is under the age of 5 or 6, or you are considered the elderly and maybe even of special circumstance, you're not getting funding for the electricity. So, that's someone saying kids over 5 and 6, they can tolerate the cold better? They don't deserve to be warm? I mean, what are we doing here? With all that kids have to worry about, this virtual learning is a plus. I see it as a plus. Because now they know they could keep the kids home if something, big were to come. And that's probably what they're practicing us up for, truthfully, is something that could be a reality. We all remember Corona. How could anyone forget Corona? It taught us a lot. It took a lot from us. It took family. It took our being creatures of habit. And it showed us we can't depend on a safety net of habit just because something keeps happening doesn't mean that it will always happen that way. Like, you having a little extra help with your electricity during the winter. So, I do hope everyone's doing alright, and I do hope to get back to making videos soon, and this is the first step, a big step towards that. I've got my voice back enough that I do believe I can do this now. So, I thank every one of you that are still here for your patience. Nobody's really complained. May not have nobody even cared, and that's okay too. But it's great to know that everybody didn't run and bail, you know, unsubscribing and stuff, because I was absent for so long. So, alrighty. I'm going to, I think I'm going to dye my hair tonight, so. I'll see you in the next vid. Stay cool. Be safe.